We are. Okay. There's Tyler. Thanks for being on with us. It's been fun.
You bet.
Been a good run this last little bit. And, I look at our team and we were talking a little bit about this just now and there's a lot of people involved and it's pretty exciting. So, I wanted to get you on here and just ask you a little bit from the company's perspective, what you're seeing with social selling. And it's kind of a transition for you guys too, and just maybe talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, it has been a remarkable transformation. The challenge that we're facing right now is a tremendous, nice challenge to have. We've had really thousands of people signing up for our business, and really in a dynamic that we haven't faced before. At least it's been many years since we've seen this, and it's really about the product first opportunity, and really creating thousands of customers that love our product and then are looking at the opportunity that they see that either their friends or the person that shared the opportunity or shared the product with them are engaged in. And that's what's prompting these conversations about the bigger business, about the greater business. And what we've seen, even though a lot of these conversations started happening in January, February, we really started seeing traction from AP24 among other products. But that traction has now expanded, and so those groups that started 2-3 months ago, now they're creating this executive creation. It's flowed through. We've been watching and tracking as the LOIs were created early, and then the executives, and then this group volume and the organizations have started to grow. And really the phenomenal thing, Brent, that we've seen is the depth of the volume. The speed with which people are building deep organizational volume, and really training what are becoming bigger and bigger groups. So yeah, really a remarkable time. And as we've seen it now, 3, 6, 9 months into it, we're really excited about the trends. And really the trend that we're focused on from a company perspective is how we can support that transition to leadership, where it's not just the entry level. The entry points are great. The first few months are really exciting for new participants, for customers, for new distributors that have signed up. But what's really exciting for us is seeing the potential for that path to leadership and supporting that bridge to leadership.
Yeah, so I didn't do a very good job of introducing you. We have so many new people, and Tyler, you run the North Americas, right? I mean, you run the Americas, all the Americas markets, so the U.S., Canada, Mexico, Venezuela, Colombia, Argentina. I'm going to do a really bad job.
Chile, that's the only one you missed.
Chile, yeah, there you go. We're going to have Chileans on here for sure, listening. And so from my perspective, obviously you guys are seeing what I want to see in my business is I want to see the products broaden out a little bit. And I know that that's a big goal of you guys is right now too. So I know there's, a product launch coming in August, which is really a test launch. We're trying to manage that expectation a little bit in our group because we know there's going to be a lot of competition for that product.
Sure.
Talk about that just a little.
Yeah, so absolutely. I mean, we have a phenomenal portfolio, Brent, as you know, being a long time product of the product and using, me. I think you and I have had personal conversations about the products you love and some of the products that you'd like us to reformulate. But we really have a tremendous portfolio, and while there's a lot of energy around a one product story, we all know that that AP24, it's a business in and unto itself. But we have many businesses, and the opportunity for people to find a product that they love, that's socially shareable, that produces similar benefits in terms of what people see, is really where the opportunity becomes really exciting. And we're not content with the portfolio that we have. I personally think we have about 50 products in our existing portfolio today that are demonstrable, that are at the right price point, that have the potential to have a retail component associated with that product that's really added some of that excitement and energy around AP24. And some of those products that we've looked at, are in our portfolio, and some of them are outside our portfolio, and that we're looking to develop. So you mentioned one. We've teased a little bit in terms of the name. It's called Power Lips, and it's a long wearing lip color that's coming out. We're probably anticipating launching it sometime in late October, November, as far as a full launch. But we've managed to get the manufacturer to create a few shades for us. I think the last count I have is 4 shades that we'll have available for our leaders in August. And so what we're looking to do right now is we'll be announcing in the next week or two the details on where it's available, who will have availability, and how many per person. But and really the intent of our August preview is for our existing social selling and distributors and leaders that are new to the business or longtime executives. They'll be able to try the product, get familiar with some of the benefits, the claims associated with it, how it works, how the best way to demonstrate it. It'll have some great tutorials in terms of videos and demonstratable tips on how to share this product. We think it's going to be highly shareable. That's at the right price point. I can tell you the price point that we're talking about is $25 per tube, which would be the retail price. I'm not sure that we've settled or that we have the final COGS on the wholesale price, but confident that we'll have at least $10 of a retail markup over wholesale, as well as the wholesale part that'll run through the compensation plan. But it's going to be priced right. It's going to be very competitive. It's very, in terms of the shades, they're all the hip shades. And I don't know, from your pink shirt, maybe you know what the hip shades are going on right now. But there's definitely those.
I'm blowing everybody's mind with my shiny head. I usually wear a hat because I've got a light right there. You probably can't even see my face.
Looks great. So yeah, we're super excited about that. But in terms of managing expectations, it will be limited. We think we'll get enough so that all of the executives that want to participate will have some access to at least try it. And if there's a few, a number, like a handful that they can share with a few friends and get a few people other excited. And then within 60 days, we're hoping we'll have more of a full launch that's running with a number of additional shades. So, anywhere from 8 to 15 shades that'll be available initially. And then we're going to hit it hard. It has the potential really to be something that's runs very, very well. It's like I said, demonstrable, shareable, the right price point,
and I hear that it has really unique market characteristics too, which is
right. Yeah, very, very good. It's innovative and a very high quality product. So compared to what else is available on the market, and I won't name names as to some of those other companies, but there's some that have some characteristics that are not as favorable, and some people feel like the experience of our product is going to be really, really superior. So we're excited about it.
You guys always do a lot of market testing, so it's easy for me because I've been involved so long to trust. I started in a world where the company's motto was all the good, none of the bad, and we really reached for that. And that motto's kind of gone in the dumpster, I guess, but it still is, I think, an underlying philosophy for the company. And so it's easy for me to just trust that. It's easy because I know how much testing and how much market work you guys do before you launch a product, because it's a big investment. And with a worldwide audience, it makes total sense to me that inventory is going to be somewhat limited because the rest of the world will be trying to get a little bit. And I'm experienced enough that I think we can manage all that. And then what I'm excited about having you on is I know that, you've been in the company a long time and you've seen how this is really going. I mean, just talk about that just a little bit. I mean, what are you seeing in the analytics where people are really engaged in social selling compared to say, 2 years ago or even less?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really been a phenomenal, at least in our market in the Americas region, over the last, 9 months is really when we started to see that dynamic change. And there's a couple of elements of it that are we see very positive. One is, it really gives people an opportunity to try out portions of our portfolio without making a large investment. So, the opportunity to try a product to see that we have this portfolio available is a new entry point, and it really is expanding across the portfolio. As I mentioned, it's not limited to one product. We have people that have had great success with glacial marine mud. We're seeing this in other markets with polishing bar or dramatic effects, or products that we know are phenomenal products. But as we have new distributors and new customers find these products and then start sharing those products, we're seeing these it's throwing a pebble into a pond, and we're seeing these ripples for every pebble that gets thrown in. If the pebble is AP24, it's made a bigger splash than some of the others, but no less dramatic has been the impact of these other products, and seeing the 1,000% increases month over month over month over month with products that have historically not been highly talked about in our portfolio or shared, and as they are identified or discovered, it's really like discovering a new opportunity, a new business, and that's what's exciting for us, and we're seeing that dynamic translate through the portfolio to many other products and many other markets. We actually just today we spent the first of 3 days that we have with we call our QBP, and you've been around Nu Skin probably long enough, Brent, to know that we have an acronym for just about everything.
Just about everything, yeah.
That's right. It's so our quarterly business planning meeting, where we meet with the management team with Rich Wood and Ryan and Joe Chang, our chief scientific officer, and all the regional presidents. We come together and we're planning, reporting on the last quarter, and I can tell you that the optimism, we haven't publicly announced our earnings or our reports, but the optimism of the direction of our business, is probably at a 5 or a 10-year high right now. And really, it's about the fundamentals of our business. It's not that everyone's excited about a product or everyone's excited about a launch, which has been my experience over the past 5 to 10 years. We've been very, very good at identifying a product, creating a new market, having excitement around that launch. Right now, the excitement is really on the foundational elements of the business. It's the breadth of the portfolio. It's the width of the opportunity that's increasing, and really that we're seeing much more room to not increase by incremental, but multiples of our business as we have people sharing our products using social selling, using these new entry points. So the entry points are a part of our opportunity, but the expansion of those, and as I mentioned, what we're getting excited about is seeing those entry points become really just the tip of the spear, and that there's an entire leadership pipeline behind those entry points, and there's many more people that are considering our opportunity that if you had pitched them or shared an opportunity with them, they wouldn't be considering it. But when they've experienced a product and they're able to in a very I don't want to say non-committal, but that's ultimately what it is. There's no sign up charge, no inventory charge. Try it and let's try it together and see what happens. And to see immediate success that piques that interest where then you can have an additional conversation. And so it's this progressive conversation where, the initial conversation doesn't have to be, too heavy in terms of the commitment or I want you to come, talk about a new business with me. It really is, here, let's talk about this product and let's talk about the excitement around this product. And then the business conversation follows.
I've been, I'm a big advocate of doing a 24-hour test, or even, let's get the product in your hands and let's have you use the products, take your before and afters, and then let's talk about a 24-hour test. I don't know whether this business will work for you, but let's try it. And I think that's a better approach than using a lot of words. A matter of fact, every time I use a lot of words, I'm not successful. People just think it sounds like everything else. And yeah, I'm just a little bit blown away by it all personally. And so we try to keep these calls really short because, we work with a demographic online. It's hard to keep people's attention. And so
Sure.
we started this when I started doing this 10 weeks ago. We started this show 10 minutes at 10 o'clock. And that's what we do. We do 10 minutes of tips, and we're over that tonight, but it's great to have a special guest on. And so I've got to put a shameless plug out there. I've got people flying from the other side of the world from markets that have not engaged in social selling. These are people that dropped thousands of dollars, and they left Sunday to get here for a meeting that starts on Thursday. And, they're going to be completely tipped over. And I've got people in Lehigh that aren't going to make the drive for the, really what amounts to 2 days of meetings. And it sounds like such a big stretch. It sounds long, but in my mind, what we just talked about is literally like a relaunch of Nu Skin. It's like, we were an old school kind of direct selling company, and now it's not really about what. It's not about what is what I heard you say. It's not AP24 or dramatic effects or lip plumper. I was with somebody tonight. I did a meeting for a couple people tonight, and they were talking about how over the last couple of days they've sold 40 lip plumpers, and they couldn't have been more excited, right?
Yep.
And I love that because it's not AP24. Which gives us some breadth. And
and that's happening in many products. I just also share briefly, Brent, that this idea that find your own product that that resonates with you. We're seeing a lot of traction with that as well. And it doesn't have to be a copy and paste of what someone else was successful with, if the what is right. The products, we know we have that. We have confidence in our portfolio. We have confidence in those products. But how they're doing it. I would think everyone would want to be there this weekend to soak up every minute of every conversation, to really understand as much as possible about how this is happening. I mean, that's how we're engaging with our leaders. We're providing that support. We have a team in the Americas region, Brent, that's available anytime. So if any of your leaders have questions or comments or things that you feel like we can do to better support where they're seeing that traction, feel free to reach out to me. Anybody's welcome to reach out to me, or they have your contact information, and we'd love to support it.
Is it? And how do you say? Is it Angel? Is that the way you say Angel Davis that does the
Janelle.
Janelle. Okay, we've got her coming on a live for us on the 18th.
Terrific.
I'm not going to do it at 10 o'clock at night. She's going to do it at 2 o'clock, p.m., which it's 10 o'clock somewhere, so we'll go with that. But she was so great. I just texted her and we joked back and forth and found a place in her schedule, and she was great to come on. So I appreciate that. I appreciate how helpful your team is. It's really good.
Yeah. No, let us know. And it really is an ongoing dialogue. We have some Facebook, some product, some digital, Facebook sites that people can join and kind of have that dialogue. We have a lot of interaction there that takes place, on the fly, minute to minute. on product information, pricing, new techniques and tactics, and sort of how the teams are seeing success. And my view is that everything we know, you should know, and probably more. And the more collaborative and sharing that we are, the better off I think we'll all be in terms of this kind of 24/7 learning environment, and how we can create the type of energy that we're seeing, and really just share it with more people. I mean, that's the goal, because the ones we have shared it with love it. They love the way the business is moving. It's fast. It's messy a little bit, but fast is fun. And really, that's what it's about, is introducing people to something that's both fun and rewarding, and has a foundation behind it. So that's really what we're about, making sure that foundation behind it is there, and you have the support that you need.
Yeah, I really appreciate you coming on. I really do. It's great. And we'll see you on Friday. We've got a little break in the schedule, Friday afternoon. We're doing that little open house on the third floor in the Innovation Center. It's not a speaking deal. Just come meet some of our team. We've got people coming from everywhere, so it'll be fun to see you there. So that's Friday
Awesome.
in the building. And so, get your tickets if you don't have them. If you're driving from Lehigh, please drive from Lehigh. You're not flying from Bangkok or Malaysia or New Zealand or, the UK, or, we've got people coming from everywhere. So, come. If you're local, come and visit the company and come and take in that product expo and see what we're talking about. It's just, I keep saying this over and over again. We didn't get to $2.5 billion on toothpaste. We got here with some really great products that if people try, I'm sure they're going to have a story they're going to want to tell in social media. They just are. They're going to want to tell their friends. So, come and learn about that. So,
look forward to seeing you, Brent.
Yeah, thanks, Tyler. Appreciate the time very much.
Yeah, no, anytime. Thanks everybody for being on.
Hey, thanks. Okay, good night.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon.